Cheddar Flow is doing is they're screening, right? In that option flow tab, they are screening. So they are basically looking for directional trades. They're looking for folks buying puts or buying calls, and they're looking for those option transactions that are done at the ask, above the ask, or at least at the upper end of the bid ask spread. So they are trying to weed out spreads and a lot of the other noise to try to help you narrow down directional option trades.
I didn't realize that. I thought it was just straight reporting of unusual options activity.
No, it is actually screened. So if you go back up to yeah, and let's do this. So so these are actually screened. So if you see a call on here, basically what their analysis and what the algorithm is doing is looking at the call, is looking at where it was done. So on the, they're looking for stuff at the ask, above the ask, or if it's someplace in the middle, they're looking at it very close to the ask. So they're looking at option trades here that are purchased. And if you go up, Jonathan, let's click on premium. Let's sort by premium. Okay, right there. Perfect. So there's a couple other things that are going on here. So one of the places I always start is sorting by premium, right? These are the largest option trades done today. And if you go into filters and again, hit stock only, you'll get rid of all the index stuff. Yeah, hit stocks. So now there's some color coding here that helps also. So if you see that gold highlight across the entire transaction, right? So those are always going to be, the gold highlight is going to be trades over $1 million and option orders that are above the ask. So you really know those are probably buys. You see the purple lines, and the purple lines are going to be their definition of unusual orders. And that's either volume or trade size being greater than the open interest with increasing vol. So they're doing some weeding out here to try to help you zero in on directional trades and large directional trades.
Just looking at BJ's here.
Yeah.
This is
and the thing to remember here is it's not perfect, right? This isn't the final, the final answer. You still have to go through, or you should still go through the process that we talked about. This just starts to narrow the candidates. So then you can start to look at dark pool to see if it's synthetic. Then you can look at HVT. Then you can look at vol-vis. Then you can look at earnings. Then you can look at news. All the criteria that we talk about every week in terms of finding the trades. What this does is start to narrow that population down to a manageable number of trades to investigate or to research. And if you click on filters again, Jonathan, and just start to go down to the bottom. So you can scan on repeat call activity. You can scan on opening orders, unusual volume, highly unusual. Look at all the stuff you can scan on. That's what I do. I usually do out of the money.
Yeah, I liked it. I would do out of the money.
I play around with all four of those under favorites: opening, unusual, highly unusual, above ask. Again, trying to narrow down the number of names I need to go through. So John, yes, they are trying to filter sweeps, closings, and other transactions out. The challenge is they're not always successful in doing that, which is why I say you still need to do the homework. But I think they get you 80 or 90% of the way there.
No, I do too. And then just the homework, guys, is like for those who have taken our unusual options activity course, what we do is you go and you need to find the actual trade that was done, and then you need to find the timestamp of when that find the timestamp of when that trade was done. Look at the stock, look at the behavior of the stock, and try to interpret if that was a bullish or bearish trade, if they were buying volatility or if they were selling volatility. So using Cheddar Flow to find out where that unusual activity is, but then you still, of course, it's like an earnings trade. You have to check your earnings. You have to confirm that the unusual options activity is really moving the stock.
Right. And John, yeah, I assume you could get all this data on your own and write your own analytics and algorithms if you wanted to. But I mean, the gap trade for today, for the red line trade, I got to tell you, it probably took me, I'm almost embarrassed to say, probably 10 or 15 minutes to put that trade together. I looked here, I looked at puts, I scanned on vol-vis, and boom, I think I pretty much found the trade.
And all this data, even though the real time, John, there's a cost associated with that too. This AI.
Yeah, I'm kicking myself because that was I saw that last Saturday a little bit.
This guy,
Yeah,
they're coming for it.
yeah, big time.
That's why it's up 20%.
Yeah,
So
and John, and I think it's even more than gathering from the options exchange because it's got the dark pool info and some additional info besides that. So I think they have several data sources. I assume, and you can sit here during the day and just watch it, right? It populates real time.
wow.
Yeah, all week, all week.